Good afternoon. My name is Caroline Baxendale, and I first would like to thank Student Life for having me here, and I'm able to talk about citizen science. Thank you all for your attention. I truly appreciate it. I know that you all have busy schedules as honors college students. So first and foremost, I would like to address citizen science. What is that? You're probably thinking, Caroline, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a science major. Well, you don't have to be a science major to be a citizen scientist. You can contribute to scientific data collection by citizen science. So what that is, it's as easy as getting your smartphone. I know a lot of you have smartphones here, so don't say you don't have a smartphone. If you don't have any memory on your phone, to download another app, delete some photos, okay? And download iNaturalist. It's a simple app that you can create an account and start uploading your observations. Some animals that you can see on campus and wild plants, as easy as that. So I would like to show you an example. I saw these orange lizards on campus. I had no idea what they were, never seen them in my life at all. And what I found out was they were the green iguanas that we see every day. They just turn orange because it is their mating season. And I'm like, oh my God, I see my relative on campus because Ginger is just like me. So it's actually their mating season, so whatever contributes to the stigma to redheads. So anyways, I also found a noise on campus. And it was squeaking, it was fighting for its life. And we looked up into the trees and we saw a tiny frog inside a lizard's mouth being eaten by this lizard. And I felt terrible. I was like, oh my God, but I'm gonna watch it anyways because it's so interesting to me. And finally, the frog was limp, but then all of a sudden, it came back to life and jumped out of the lizard's mouth and landed on the floor. So of course, I took a picture of it, and it is called a Cuban tree frog, and it is really tiny. Unfortunately, it's invasive, so the lizard should have ate the frog because it is extremely invasive to our environment. It originates in the Caribbean islands, and it's detrimental to our environment. So things you may think are cute here, like the green lizards or the Cuban tree frogs, are actually detrimental to the environment and are contributing to environmental unsustainability. So another thing that's great about citizen science is that you learn about your local environment, and you can learn about invasive species that you've never heard about before, and maybe you can learn to conserve and to educate yourself about plants and animals that you otherwise would have never cared to learn about. So, again, thank you. Download iNaturalist, join MDC North Campus Project, and start uploading your observations. Thank you.
I am not an immigrant, but both of my parents are. My mom migrated to Miami from Canada because she was in love with my dad. And my dad came to America because he was contracted to play for Disney World as a musician from Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm not, but they are. So this is a subject dear to my heart. And lately, there's been many comments about immigration, especially with the terrorist attacks and what's happening with Syria, the refugees, they need a place to go. And every time I hear negative comments generalizing a group of people, even from a country, I get really offended. I don't have to be from Syria to know that they could be going through something, and then when people make statements saying, oh, well, all of them are terrorists, let's close our doors, or the people coming from other countries. I know with Cuba there's the wet foot, dry foot, but there could be someone coming from Venezuela, and there could be someone coming from Nicaragua. Maybe they're not, the whole country isn't being persecuted, but there could be someone fleeing from an abusive relationship. Maybe they don't have resources to sustain themselves, or maybe they have super creative ideas to change our planet, but they don't have the resources to get the education and the materials to implement those things. So I'm a firm believer that anyone can change the planet, and from any country. And so I think that the problem with immigration isn't that the immigrants are bad people, it's just that our system for processing immigrants is not effective. And I'm not a supporter of illegal immigration. I want people to come to America from everywhere, but I want them to do it the right way. It's just hard to do that when it takes so long. For example, My mom applied for citizenship from Canada. Canadians can come because, you know, the U.S. is friends with Canada. So she came and it's fine, but she's like on a work, like she can work, like she can just come and visit. That's what she is, not a worker. They can come visit, but she applied for citizenship and it has been 20 years and they're still processing her paperwork. And her life is almost, like, it's not almost over. But you know, like she's getting older, like she's in her 40s and they're like, oh, well, it's gonna take, you know, maybe another 5 years, but like she's gonna be ready to retire. She's been working in this country, she's not gonna get any benefits, health insurance and stuff like that, and that's okay because I'm gonna take care of my mom. But what about everybody else? Like, I just think that the system for processing immigrants should be taken care of and it should be like more efficient because it's not really efficient now. And the like scares that people have, like, oh, there's going to be refugees coming in, and not only refugees are coming in. True, other people can come, but if the system like isn't so, if the process isn't so long and hard to become a citizen, then people will be more motivated to do it the right way as opposed to go under the table and just live low, because we don't want people living low. If people do it the right way, then we'll be able to see, okay, maybe this person is like sketchy. Instead of just saying everyone from this place is sketchy, we should just fix the system. Any questions? Yeah?
How do you propose the United States fixes their immigration system and how they process immigrants from other countries?
Okay, I think that I don't really know about how the work is processed because my parents did it. I don't. But I think that there should be like more funding. Maybe they need to hire more people. Maybe the system needs to be more electronic, because I know a student even here on campus that they lost her paperwork. She was like going to become a citizen, they lost her paperwork, and now she can't. She's a DACA student. Like that's not really that's really bad, you know. And I think that more funding should go towards it. And I have a theory that if the justice system was fixed, because I think a lot of money is being wasted in the justice system, if some of that money was taken to fixing this problem, because there are people that are sitting in jail and using tax dollars to sit in jail because of drug possession, and like there are many people there are people that have mental illness there, and that's like taking money. So if the justice system was cleaned up a little bit, maybe we could take some of that funding and those resources to fix the immigration system, to not only prevent other people that are bad coming from other countries, but to just make sure that everyone has a chance to, and they're not motivated to do this illegally. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they move around funding. Any other questions?
Okay, like what you brought up, that's about like a real political debate and stuff like that. That like really touching subject on a lot of things, on a lot of like immigration stuff. Because at the end of the day, everybody who comes to America is an immigrant. That's one. And for two, the way I see it, we're not helping enough people that's already born here, such as yourself. How you gonna help somebody else you ain't even on here, baby? Excuse me, I know I'm talking like out of context and all that stuff, but me, I'm more into the neighborhood. So how you gonna help someone else when you ain't even helping the person who's been living next to you for 30 years, but meanwhile you helping the dude who just got over here yesterday? What is the benefit in that? How you gonna help your fellow person, such as yourself, who been here first, and then worry about the immigrants? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, look, they talking about, they sending 10,000 dudes over here, military built. Oh, we civilians, military built. You ever heard of the Trojan horse theory? See, things like that are very scary in life. Because at the end of the day, there's a wool over everybody's eyes. There's a big smoke that we just can't see through. All that stuff about possession, all that stuff, well, you know you do wrong, don't get caught. Things like that hurt. You know what I'm saying? The fact of reality is, we are our own enemy. Because everyone here is from a different country. You know, it's those who choose to stick together that help push them out, that help hold up the law, that help the community. You know what I'm saying? When I get nervous, I stutter sometimes when I shake, but at the end of the day, it's a real touchy subject because we're all in the same boat. We got to stay focused on who's our neighbor here first, and then we can help the next person and see how we can help on and keep on going. Like you say, technology, the only way technology goes is helping your next person.
I understand what you're saying, and it is a political debate, and I'm not a politician, so it's okay. But I did grow up in a multi-ethnic home. You know, one of my parents is from Trinidad, the other from Canada, so I don't like really see it that other people from other countries are against each other. I do like try to see the good in people, and I know that both my parents are good people, and they look different, they act different, they believe different things, and they still contribute to society. So I think that it is good for certain reasons, and I think that people have solutions if they just have access to it. The world could be a better place, but that's just my view. I'm not saying that that's the way it should be, but I just like try to see the good in everyone, no matter where they're from, and I don't feel offended. But that's just, that's.
Now, I have a quick question for you. Have you looked into the immigration policies of other countries? And if you have you identified a country that has an immigration policy that is easy to navigate?
I actually don't know about the immigration policies of other countries. I do know that you can, like, I can visit Canada and stuff like that because I'm a family member of someone who is a Canadian citizen, born and raised, so I don't know about other countries though. I just know about here.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
Good afternoon, everybody. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Anthony Marshall, and this is
Mark.
we're going to speak about energy conservation and why is it important and what we could do to make an impact regarding that topic here on campus. So Mark, how about you start?
Okay, I'm going to start off with leading up. What is energy conservation? I think the biggest problem when it comes to that question is the fact that we tend to overgeneralize what it is. I personally always imagine it as something big, constructing a system that kind of helps serve energy. But the truth is, after taking Professor Projection class, I realized that it's actually more simpler than it actually is. The truth is, energy conversation can be something that's just unplugging a device or just turning off a light. It's as simple as that, and this can have a major effect. So why is it important? Well, it is important for many reasons. The truth is, our resources, we're running out of resources. We may not see it right now, but it's not renewable energy, and once in our life, it's going to be over. But the truth of the matter is, we can actually use it just as much as we're using it right now, and it would not run out. So this is why we tend not to see the impact of what we're doing. We don't really understand it. The truth is, we have to imagine our future. How what we're doing right now will affect our kids, our grandkids, and the future that we may have, the future that they will have. So if I told you right now that the way that your grandfathers or your parents, what they did would affect you or even cause you not to even be here, how would you feel about that? With the same mindset that we have to think about how we're doing right now and how it's affecting them. So please, when you go home, just think about what you want for your kids, the future that you want for them. Just unplug the device and just live their life.
Thank you, Mark, for that. Now I'm going to be speaking about the issues that I encounter on campus regarding that and what we could do to make a change here in campus. So every day when I come to campus, and I know this is an experience that not only pertains to myself, but for the majority of you guys here, is I roam through the hallways and I encounter classrooms with the lights on and the projectors on, yet there's no students and there's no professors in there teaching their class or doing anything. On top of that, sometimes when I go into the Artist College lounge, at least when I go in there, I go to the computer lab lounge, and yet the lights are on and nobody's even using the computers there. And this is a big issue because I believe that Miami-Dade College is spending extra money on things that could be reduced. For example, why would you pay $4.50 for a gallon of gas when you could get it for $2.50? Why spend more on something that you could spend less for? Okay. So with this being said, I can see the majority of the people here are from Projesty's class, but for those who aren't, there was a project that we did called the GSOS project with the vision of lowering the electricity bill in our homes. So with that being said, the strategies and the methods that we use to be able to successfully lower our electricity bill, how about let's use that strategy, let's use those methods and bring it to the North Campus. Let us impart our knowledge and let us impart our experience of other students to spread the awareness on why conserving energy is so important for our world and for us as well. Now, how can we do this? How can we efficiently and effectively do this? We could maybe make an organization by the name of Power Savers, and we could conduct workshops and get students to engage in activities with the purpose of educating students that together as a team, as a group, and as one body, we could guarantee an environment that dedicates to your education here at MDC, while at the same time guaranteeing the survival of our Earth for the descendants to come. So all of that did not get to your minds yet. I will leave you with this. Imagine how different your life would be with extra money in your pocket. Now think about this. Now imagine the difference of NBC with extra money in their pocket, and imagine the things that they could do with that. Okay? So thank you and have a wonderful day. Look forward to the presentation. Thank you.